Okay, so this video is going to cover the other way we can deal with four terms. We can do the area method, and it starts the same way as we would with grouping. So we're making sure the polynomial is in standard form. And those middle terms, they can be in either order. It won't be critical either way. And our steps are always check to see if there's a GCF. This problem is the same one we do on the other video, and there is no GCF. Because each term doesn't have an x, so I can't pull an x out of everything. And there is no number other than one that goes into 12, 15, 28, and 35. So for this problem, we're going to start by making a 2 by 2 box because we need to have 4 boxes because we have 4 terms. Okay, so we've drawn our box. And then we're going to put our terms in the box. Now, the 2 terms that are important as to where they go, the first term has to go in the upper left corner, and the last term has to go in the lower right corner. The middle terms are just going to be in the middle boxes. It doesn't matter which order they are. They're just going to be in that diagonal. Okay, so then once we have the numbers in the boxes, we're going to do the GCF for each row and column. And it's important to know that if the column, the top box is negative, then the GCF for that column will be negative. If the leftmost box is negative, that row will have a negative GCF. So we see that with the negative 15x squared and the 35. The GCF here, 5 is the only number that goes into both, but because this negative 15 is the top box, it is a negative 5 for the GCF. Same thing with the bottom row is the negative 28x and 35. 7 is what goes into both of those, and it will be a negative 7 because that negative 28 was negative. And then just the top row is between 12x cubed and negative 15x squared. I can take an x squared because they both have x's, and 3 is the only number that goes into 12 and 15, and since 12 is positive, the GCF is positive. And the same thing goes with the column. Between 12x cubed and negative 28x, 4 goes into both of them, and there is just one x, and it's positive. And then your final step is to notice that your factors are actually what's outside the box, and you're going to write them as 2 sets of parentheses multiplied together. So I always pick the highest, term with the highest degree or the highest exponent, and I put that in the first parentheses, but it really doesn't matter. You can do, since it's multiplication, you can have those parentheses in the opposite order. So I wrote my columns is 3x squared and the minus 7. So that's my first factor. And my second factor is the 4x minus 5. That was across the top. And like I said, you could have those in the opposite order. You could say it's 4x minus 5 times the quantity 3x squared minus 7.